In 2018, the new wave of insecurity and terror attacks in Zamfara finally spread to Yerko-Foji, a small agrarian town in northwest Nigeria. But the incidents were infrequent until this year. During one attack in June, Mustapha Shafi'i, a local farmer, and 5 children were kidnapped. Fortunately, Mustapha was able to escape and shared this story 2 days later.
We trekked for more than 32 kilometers from here to Imasa, a village that will lead you to Sokoto. They tied me up and threw me around like an animal, and then they started beating me. One was using a bike chain, another was using a piece of firewood. They kept going at it. It was this hardship that made me realize I would not be able to stay with them. After they beat me, they all laid down again. I laid down too and started to discreetly loosen myself. Whenever any of them moved, I went back to pretending I was not doing anything. That's how I kept going, pulling my knees up and loosening the ropes on my legs. There was one next to me with his gun, so I had to be careful. That was how I got free. I took off the cloth they used to tie my head and dropped it. I ran into the bush and took off my shirt and tied it, and I started moving. I ran and ran, but I found myself returning to the same spot. I was lost. I kept moving around the bush. I later realized I was not going to get water because there wasn't any where I was trying to reach. And there had been some water close to a hill we initially passed. So I turned around and started running back, crying. I kept running and running until the morning broke. I could not even get the water. I kept on running. The suffering I endured on my way back was worse than the one I endured when we were going in. I was walking in the bush from around 10 p.m. till the morning of today, and I swear I was not even wearing any shoes. I boarded a bike that took me back to my town.
I woke up in deep thought because my husband had been taken away from me. When he came back, I thanked God. I celebrated his return. We were destined to reunite.
The recent wave of terrorism in Zamfara dates as far back as 2011 and has since led to the killing and abduction of thousands of people. There were nearly 125,000 internally displaced people in the state as of February. According to the International Organization for Migration, many of them live in harsh conditions. The people of Yerko-Foji are feeling the heat as well. The town is in the northwestern part of Zamfara. It is a heavily agrarian community, with its vegetation sustained by the Sokoto River and the Bakolori Irrigation Project. It is said to have a population of over 320,000 residents.
No, it's right here. It went through my leg from the back.
This is their 5th time attacking here. During all these attacks, there isn't one where they face strong resistance from anyone. They come here, do whatever they want and leave. And what they are saying is that they are just starting. Things have spoiled. Because of the situation we are in, very few people get to sleep here. Everyone is thinking this could happen to them next.
When they stole those cows, it was until after 1 to 2 hours that the soldiers arrived. In the end, I swear it seemed like you were traveling on foot. You do have gone past their cars. The uniform personnel are useless. It is until the deed has been done before they decide to show up and say they want to do something. Yesterday, after the children were captured, a certain DPO came and was asking why he was not woken up. But you will inform him and he wouldn't show up until it's over.
Yerko-Foji has largely complied with the Zamfara state government's ban on vigilante activities, but they add that the government's kid glove treatment has made easy prey to terror attacks, and many young men insist they are ready to fight back once permission is granted by the authorities.
We have reached breaking point. What we want from the government is they should give us the right to protect ourselves. And if they don't, after today, that is it. Whoever decides to stand up should stand up. And whoever gets killed, gets killed. Whoever wants to stay at home and stay low, they should stay at home and stay low. And whoever feels like they can stand up and protect themselves and their family should get up.
We don't even want anything from the government. We are fine just doing our farming. Whatever we get, we make good use of it. We don't want anything else. Because if you don't have peace, whatever is done for you will not mean anything.